good morning, everybody. Just wanted to get on real quick in the morning. Let you know I'm about to get started. Um, so, you know, I'm not going to show me setting up everything anymore. Um, because I've done it already in the prior videos, and you can watch that if you want to learn how to do that. Um, just to conserve video to save time on the videos, I'm gonna go ahead and set it up, and then come back and let you know afterwards. Today's Wednesday, the 16th of April, 2025. Um, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and make these lines. Notate and do everything that I normally do. Just real quick, just to let you know, what I'm doing first. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my notes, and so that was yesterday, Tuesday the 15th. So set up the 16th. Alright, so we're starting at $907.88 today. Okay. Finish at, we will see, to be determined. And just so that you kind of know with the notes what you do. So, you want to keep track of when you started and when you finished. You also want to say how much money you've lost for the day or won. This is just notes so that you can always look back on, and see how you're doing throughout the years, throughout the days, throughout the weeks, months, years. And then a little bit of an explanation of what happened for the day. It's something that's really important to do when it comes to learning. You can always go back and remember what happened, so you can learn from your mistakes. One of the best ways to get good at anything is to do this. So that's pretty much what you would do. So that's the first thing I do there. And then of course, $907.88 is what we're starting with, as far as in the bankroll. So you want to do a 3% of that, for proper money management. As you know, I'm doing I'm tripling that, because this is like trying to flip this money a little bit faster than normal. But 3% is the best money management strategy. Well, I'm not gonna say it's the best. It's my money management strategy. 3%. You're only supposed to play with 1 to 3% of your bankroll. If you're a career trader, if you're trying to do this as an actual career, Uh, so then you would just enter that in here as far as the amount. So that's 9% of it. And then so you play with that for the rest for the remainder. So then from there, you're pretty much set up. Then I'll go into my lines, making my support and resistance. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll get back with you guys when I'm ready. All All right, I'm back. Have my lines created. Today I have about 4 pairs to play with. To make it a little bit easier to organize, I created another notepad or notepad with all the pairs that you can trade with. It's 21 of them. Put them in order from alphabetical order from, you know, A to U, and then I check mark the ones that I'm currently in and the percentages of them. Um, so that's so this 88, 83, 44, those are percentages. So then I just try to keep up with them as they move around. Um, that way I can organize a little bit better. What pairs I have and then I always take off or add new pairs. But anyway, I have my lines drawn. These are hour lines for most of them. This one here that we're currently in is a 30-minute line, which means that um, to make it more precise of a level, um, I went ahead and made a 30-minute resistance. So it hasn't passed too much. I mean, if you noticed it touched here, went down for about 20 minutes. It's touching again, but just so it touched here, then went down about 20 minutes. So should do the same thing. It's touched there already once or twice. If it touches there again and goes back down, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go ahead and do 20-minute trade on it. It pumped up there, but then it went back down. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If I can get it up there, okay, cool. I'll do another trade on it for half the amount. So that'll be my secondary trade. All right, so I'm in on that one. So yeah, as I said, with the notes, lets me know exactly which ones I'm in. I didn't even look to see what 75%. No, it went down 75%. That's that's pretty crazy. 75% now. Okay. So let's see what the other ones are doing. The GBP USD is at 89%. My support is down here. So it's not doing anything right now. See if it's still still 8. Still 89. Okay, so this one is kind of like it might hit up here. CHF JPY at 88%. That one's still the same. I'll come back to this one if nothing else is looking like anything. EuroCAD, I'll have that one in for that. What else do we have? The Euro CHF. Okay, so what's going on here? So hour time frame. Okay. So it broke out, and it broke out in a big way. We have nothing but red candles, one green candle. All right. Well, I don't recall this happening. This must have just happened. Yeah, it must have just happened. Well, in this case, it broke out, and then we've had red candle after red candle. We had a little small pullback of green candle, very small though, and then more red candles. So, the next one would possibly be a red candle as well. I mean, this is just I mean, again, it'll be a secondary trade. I wouldn't do a primary trade on something like this. But I'm gonna look at it, and if I think with 5 minute candles, if I mean, it's a good probability the next one will be the same. I mean, if the trend continues, um, so I'll go ahead and put it in. Now I'll be putting it in whenever it, yeah, like something like that, you know, it hits right there, then put it in because it just depends though. I'm gonna see what this candle does. If this was a red candle as well, then or if this was a yeah, if it's a green candle, I wouldn't put it in. But if it's a red candle as well, then I'll go ahead and put it in for 5 minutes. And what I would do is I would put it in when I get a little bit of a pump up to the green side. Somewhat similar to that. Like this, if this one goes green again for a little bit, I'll go ahead and put it in. Okay, so that was red as well. So we got a little bit of pump up. Give me a little bit more of a pump up if possible. Before I start going red. So, I try to change it. I want to make it as close to the actual time frame as possible, so it ends around the same. A little bit more, please. Just a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. Put it in there. Again, yeah. I mean, it's that's more. My level is a little bit more of a pump up than the only other one that it was. So I think that's safe enough. I mean, this is more of a luck play. But because it's a secondary trade, it's not going to really count. It's not going to count toward the overall. And just so I can get a little bit of practice on these types of short-term trades, right? Obviously, so yes, I do want to open up a trading view on that one, just to make sure that I can see what this platform is doing. The platform that I use is doing. Euro CHF. There we go. Euro CHF. All right, and okay, so yeah. Nine, 2, 6, 7. Man, okay. Well, it looks like we picked right on this one. It would be pretty insane if this one did not cover for us. Euro CHF, that's the one we're in, right? Yeah. All right. So we will see what our price. So 92,691 is where we got in at 92,691. So yeah. And as you can see, it's 92,646 63 right now. So it's we're winning with that one by a lot, and I mean it's pretty safe to say we're going to win that one. So that was a 70% trade, which is the lowest that you want to go. Which Euro CHF before was 44%, so it went up a little bit. Euro CAD 75%. Okay. All right. So minute left. this was going to win. Um, yeah, and again, I mean, I'm winning this one. I'm not gonna do another one because again, these are more risky trades, and you don't want to just go back and forth, winning and losing. You take your wins where you got it. You were correct on it. See if you can find some better opportunities elsewhere versus trying to trying to predict something like this. Even though I mean it's all you do see a lot of red. So I'm not sure if something happened. Can we play any type of other thing on this one? No, well, it doesn't look like we can. Um, I'm not sure why it's pumping down so much like this. Um, yeah, who knows how long it's going to do it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you don't know when it will start going back up. We'll check back in on it though. So what is this about? Dang, this thing broke through so quickly. So it broke through and it got a lot of pump. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I caught it earlier, but it's all the way up here. It's come back now, down now. But let's see if because I think this one would go back down. I mean, it did break through. This next one kind of determines what will happen. If we can get a little bit of pump up, I'll go ahead and place this trade. Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it right there. Because typically after a huge long candle like that, a breakout candle like that, it consolidates. This is a resistance line here, a pretty sturdy one. So let's see if price comes back down. And that's a secondary trade as well. We'll see how our other trades are doing. So our primary is still doing good. Let's see if we're winning by 46 points. That's not bad. 74 points there. It's pretty good. And then this one is 31 points. So it looks like, okay, we'll see. Of course, the primary is the only one that you really have to worry about. This is at 92 now. CHF JPY is at 92. Okay, and I'm still not checking before I place the trade. Right before before I place the trade, I told myself I'm going to be checking the percentage. This is at 91 now. All right, but we don't have any action right now on this one. EuroCAD 76%. What's that? 75%. Was at 76. I think we got in at 75. Yeah. And let's see how this thing is looking. Yeah. I really don't see any reason for it to go over based off of what I'm seeing here. I mean, this kind of looks like a flag. But again, this is 5 minute time frame, so these indicators are weaker. If you look here, it's kind of like a flagpole, and then now it's like waving, you know. But the hour line, the 30 minute line is a stronger indicator than that, though. So, um, it did break out though up here, and then it came right back down. All right, 6 minutes left on one. Well, 6 minutes left on both, pretty much. I could still put in one more trade. I can't really see anything to put in. I mean, I can't put it on that one again because I already have two on that one. This one is not, you know, I mean, I put one in, but it's not a strong indication that it's a for sure thing. So I'm just going to keep that one in for that one. Okay, we'll watch that one, see if it gets close to that support. And this one here, you see a little small green, and then it pumped up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and try it again. 4 minutes. If I can get it to get green again before. Yeah, okay, so it's pumping down. Looks like it's pumping down already, but so I don't think it'll be two greens in a row. That's good enough right there. That's good enough. Let's see what happens. You know, I mean, because like if you do look at it, it looks like this is a lot of strong selling resistance on this one. And I did look at that one beforehand. I thought it was at 90, but then it went down to 89, if I'm mistaken. So Euro CHF is at 80, it's at 89 now. Yeah. And because the previous candle was a doji green candle, you know, it's indecisive. That's what that means. But if you look at the overall trend, or the last 5 minutes, or the 5 minute candles, you know, for the last 30 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, last 40 minutes, it's just been going down. So, you know, so that's a good indicator that it will continue that trend. It will just continue going down. And because we were able to see a green, you know, a green candle in between, just like this one up here, you know, and then it continued going down. So I mean, that's what I'm expecting for that to happen. You know, but again, these are more risky. I wouldn't do it with a primary trade. You know, secondary trades, yeah, because they're not going to count towards your overall. Primary trades you want to keep at, you know, the hour long, 30-minute long trends, you know, and get in at a good time. Get in at a good time and get in when you see, you know, pretty much when you see the same thing happening with on the previous peaks or valleys, when it comes to it getting, you know, hitting or getting close to or hitting that support or resistance line. You want to kind of get in right at the same time with the same time frame, you know, at a safe time frame as those previous ones. You know, when you think it's probably it's going to, so like pretty much like example, if you are Well, I could just show you, but I could tell you. Which one we're in right now? Okay. So like, yeah, like this one here. Okay. So you look at the previous times that it touched the resistance. It touched here, then it dropped down dramatically. So a 20-minute trade would have gotten you 5, 10, 15, 20. You would have been here at 20 minutes. Um, that means at 10 minutes it would be around this area because this is a 5-minute trade. This is a 5-minute candle right here, and then there's a 10-minute candle. So so that would be 10 minutes, right? This next one here. I mean, well, that would give you an indicator that that maybe 10 minutes would be a good spot. And this one here, it touched, and then 10 minutes later it was down here. Then 15 minutes it was up here. 20 minutes it was here. So again, 10 minutes it dropped the most. This one it touched again here, and then 5, 10, 15, 20. So in this one it was 20 minutes was the lowest. And now we're here. And if I had caught this earlier, I would have put my trade in here. But because I didn't, it was up here, which by the time I put my trade in, and which is good. I mean, that's just a better value for us. But if we had caught it here, that would have been I probably would have put a 20-minute trade in, either a 15 or 20-minute trade in, based off of what happened previously, and it would probably been 20 minutes because my experience is the longer the trade is, when it comes to these things, the more you give it more time to do what you want it to do, and you usually it usually won't come back up to the line afterwards. So we did win that secondary trade, just to let you know. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the primary trade. So we won the primary trade just now. It looks like we won one of the secondary trades, and then we have this last secondary trade in right now. So as I was saying, yeah. So if we had put our trade in here, then if we had put it in for 15 minutes, then this would be the 5, 10, 15. So we would still be losing right now if we put it in for 15 minutes. But yeah, I mean, if we put it in for 20 minutes, we might be safer. Who knows? I don't know. It just depends. But as you see, it just touched the resistance line, which could now be acting as support since there was a breakout, but it has been slowly coming back down to that line, right? So this would be a good time to put in a trade. Let's see. We put in the same primary trade. So, but we don't know if this line, if this is resistance now, or if it's support now, or resistance. We don't know. I mean, my thoughts on it would be that it is it's going to continue going down. That it's not going to honor that, and it would be that it's not that this wasn't an actual breakout. So I mean, that's my guess on it. It wasn't strong enough for me to actually put my primary trade on it. So yeah, I didn't. But you see, it's still going down, which is good for us because for that secondary trade that we have. But we have so far we've won 3 secondary trades, and then a primary. So far so good. Let's see what else we can find. I mean, again, it looks like it's going to respect that resistance, but we'll see. Okay, so what else do we have? So that was at 92% now. GBP USD. Okay, it was getting close. Euro CHF. All right, so we have a pretty big green candle now, right? Okay, so if this one finishes here, I don't know if I want to mess with it. Like, yeah, because yeah, the other ones were green, but they weren't that green, right? This one's giving a lot of push, so it's kind of an indicator that maybe the market is switching up, because that's the first time that that's happened. I mean, it's a lot of push. It doesn't look like it's going to respect and go back down. And I mean, and again, you're more so trying, or I'm looking at it more so to see what would I do on the next candle. It definitely is pushing up a lot. I wouldn't play here because I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, that was a lot of support there. Now we're getting some red. Yeah. And overall, you look at whenever it does tap into this area, it usually goes back down, and it did tap into that area there, and it might tap into that area again. I would do I would do a secondary here. I'm gonna use one of my secondaries on it. If I can get a little green, that'd be nice. Because I still think it's going to go down. Got a little green. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Again, these are more, these are not as concise type of, straightforward things, but look, a little bit of opportunity. It might work for us. I'll come back and see. Okay, so this one, it dropped down below the support, and then it hit below the resistance, it hit the support again. So there was a lot of pressure on that last candle. You see, it was a hammer cap candle going up, which is an indicator that the buyers are starting to take over, and it's going to start going up. Yeah, if we can get it to hit that line again, I'll put in another. Okay, and it did. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a buy. Oh, I did a short buy there. I didn't mean to do a short buy. I wanted to put a little bit longer time frame on that one, like maybe 15 minutes. That's fine. So let's see what happens. Again, I'm not worried too much about it since this is a secondary trade. So let me see if I can find my primary. Okay, I was not doing anything yet. Okay, what happened here? Okay, yeah. Well, it broke out, but it's broken out before. It's broken out here, and it went back down. It broke out here, then it dramatically went down. Now it's here. Um, yeah, I think it's going to go back down. I mean, based off of these previous highs. If you look here, it was high. There was a lower high here, and now it's here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in. Let's see if I can get another a pump and then put in for 20 minutes. Or no, let me see, because this one is more of a. Yeah, maybe, yeah, 15 minutes. I'll do 15 minutes. So it hit there. I'll go ahead and put it in there. Mm. And then my last one, I'm gonna put there. Oh, okay. That was my fault. I have 5 trades in now. I thought. I, oh yeah, because that was the residual. I mean, that one's good as one anyway. The I have one that's about to be ending. Is it this one that's about to end? CHFJPY. Yeah, this one's about to end. Euro CHF. I'm losing this one barely. So I lost that one. Euro CHF. Let's see which one that one was. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So that was the one that we put in. It was a 4-minute trade that we put in. That we were guessing that it was going to be a red candle, another red candle, but it turned out to be a green candle. Um, so yeah, which is fine. We have 4 trades in already right now. See what the next one is doing. All right, so we have one ending in 5 seconds, and it looks like we're really winning that one. All right, so that one covered, and then we have this one ending in 20 seconds, and we're really winning that one too. CHF JPY. Okay, that was one that we just put in a little while ago, where it was just more of a it hit that pretty much it kind of reacted as a support. We did a 4-minute one on that one. I think we want to do a 15-minute one on that one though. So that one came through for us. So now we have 2 trades. We have a primary, and then we have a secondary end. So that means we can do 2 secondaries. We can do one for this amount, and then the other for this amount. So let's see if we can look for some secondary trades. All right. Mm, yeah. I mean, you see, it kind of follows as far in the trend, you know, where it hits like a high. So if you look at the actual 30-minute line, which is this line right here, it's been going over it. If you look at the 5-minute candles, though, you can see a line within the 5-minute candles from here to from here to like a straight line across, going from here to here. So so that's like another resistance or another kind of low resistance line. So you can it's like both saying the same thing that it should be going down here. So it's like both confirming. This 30-minute one is confirming, and the 5-minute one is confirming that it should be going down soon. And so that's pretty much what happened there. So we're looking good there. All right, so this was getting kind of close to this resistance. Okay, so we're gonna get ready. By default, I do 20 minutes. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in now, because in 20 minutes it might. And this would be a primary trade for me. I'm gonna put it in again right there. Because this is an hour support, and it did hit there, then went back up. So and so yeah. So I'm thinking it's going to respect that support. I think we got some good entries in for 20 minutes time frame. In 20 minutes, it was up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, it was up there. Let's see, any other time that got close, it hit here, then 5, 10, 15, 20, it was up here. So yeah, 20 minutes is legit on this one. We have 4 trades in, and now this thing is going crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What is happening here? I just hope it goes crazy in our favor. How about that? Dang. Why? 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 That's wild. That is wild. There's a lot of money pushing this thing like this. A lot of money. Okay, I don't know what's going on. That's pretty crazy. Let's see if the actual market is doing this. GBP USD. And it should be. Okay. $62, 61. It is. It looks like it's dropping pretty. It's dropping kind of crazy also. Slow down maybe. 261. 261. Yeah, I mean, it's on point. $32,588, 32,587, 32,584, 587, 593. Yeah, so it's 1 point. All right. Well, I mean, hopefully our time frame will survive all of this, and put us in a good spot. We'll see how all of our other trades are doing. Okay, so we have these in 6 minutes, and what do we have here? Ooh, 119 points. Awesome. I like to see that. 89 points. Great. So those are like, just confirmations that what we said actually came to pass. And So we'll see. We'll just keep watching this one. This one's kind of weird, weird the way it's moving so radically. It was moving radically. Okay. So now it's a pretty big push down. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Again, we have our 4 trades in already, so let's just look at the EuroCAD, the one that we are winning convincingly. Let me look at, make sure the price is 91. All these are 91%, so I'm good there. I still need to do a better job in tapping before I tap it to look. All right, so EuroCAD, that's what we're looking at. Okay. So it went back under. And if you look here, the last time it went that low was here, right? So it kind of respected that, and it hasn't gone, it went a little bit below it, but then it jumped right back up. Since there's no clear, at least on the 30-minute scale, there wasn't a clear defined floor. On the 5-minute scale, it looks like there is one. It kind of starts here, and then seems like it's going up. I think more so it starts here. Yeah, so anyway, just things to observe when it comes to, what could happen. The support and resistance strategy is very strong when it comes to trading, and the more you do it, the more you're going to be able to spot, these support and resistance lines. It just takes practice. But it's pretty safe to say that we're going to win this one. 3 minutes left. Even if it starts going up again, it's not going to be all the way up up there in 3 minutes. And based off of what it's doing, it usually takes longer than 20 minutes to recuperate. So I think we're good. My next trade would be, like after this, I will have another primary trade. My next primary trade would be a bigger trade. It would be a double the $81.64 trade, which is at that point, because I'll be playing with the profits of what I've already played with. So, well, not all the profits, because I wouldn't be playing with the secondary profits. I'll just be playing with the primary profits. 81.64. I've won that one once already, and then this would be my second win. So you double that up, that's how much profit I've made from the primaries. So I'm gonna double that. So that's pretty much what I'd be playing with on the next primary. Is that doing it that way? You maximize the amount of money. If you win, you maximize your amount of money that you can win without actually risking anything. If that makes sense. You're not risking anything because you're just playing with what your profits. You're not playing with your bankroll at that time. Now if you end up losing it, then you would have lost your profits, but you still wouldn't have lost anything in your bankroll. So you're protecting your bankroll. This type of strategy of this money management strategy it protects your bankroll from ever having to see a loss. It's kind of like building up credit and then using your credit card instead of using your bank, your money in your bank. But it's even better than a credit card because you don't you don't have to really pay it back. I could say you could say that you're paying it back with your time that you put in, but but that's still good time that you're putting in because you're practicing at the same time. You're getting better. The more time you put into this thing, the better you become. So it's best of both worlds. You're able to risk money that is not in your bankroll, and turn out and end up making money. Adding money to your bankroll. That's the good part of it. But negative part of it is that you'll lose the profit, but you won't. But still, you're not losing any money in your bankroll. So it has good and bad, or it has good and bad, more good than bad. So we won this one, and so let's go back. Now we are at the point where we can double it. We'll find a good place where we can double it. Now it's been playing up here for a while, and it did go down to about this level before, and looks like it wants to go back up. I You don't want to play uptrend or up on a primary though. No, like with primaries, you want to keep those at 30 minutes to an hour lines. Those are the ones that are pretty accurate. Um, you want to keep your secondaries to other types of things. So we do have another secondary that we could put in. We have two secondaries that we're in right now. So I think might be a good time to put a secondary in. Now, what we've seen in the past is it crosses and it goes back up. So we're gonna say that that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a short term. Let's do about 10 minutes. Let me see, 10 minutes? No, let's do 5 minutes. Because, it does look, we're pretty much the end of this candle. If we can get it to go back down, which it doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like it's going back up. Like if you look, after it crosses, it usually takes a plunge back down. It's taking a plunge back down here, here, here. So maybe we just wait and do a primary of it to do the same thing. But if this thing can turn red for a little bit, or even get low green, all right, that's pretty low. We'll go ahead and do it. I think this candle is going to be a green candle, just because of what's happened in the past. When it breaks through, it usually gives some, it usually doesn't. It usually continues. It continued here. It continued here. So it's a short-term one. Just I think that it will do the same thing. And now, once it does go back up there, my thought is that if it goes back up here, to go ahead and, or around there, do a 20-minute trade. Or 15-minute trade. I think the last one was a 15-minute trade, right? On this one, Euro CAD. This was a 15-minute trade. Yeah. That was a 15-minute trade. Okay. All right, so this is not going our way. It reversed, came and it went back down, which is okay. If that happens, that happens. But my best guess was that it was gonna start pumping back up again. Maybe I should have made it a longer trade, but I didn't want to do that either. But these short-term trades are very risky. They are very risky. So I did, it was, since it was a secondary trade and it was something that I felt like, could go my way. I went and put it in, but it is a risky trade, Um, but again, you're not losing too much money if you lose it. Um, and again, with these secondaries, I mean, I've been winning more secondaries today than losing, so I'm still not in my bankroll at all if I end up losing it, right? So, but you see how much a candle can change in a short amount of time. You know, it just you know it just went from red, huge red, to huge green. So that's good for me. Hopefully it stays true and continues. Um, yeah, and if and so that you can kind of see what I'm saying with what I'm seeing on this one. So we already have a downtrend with the 30-minute candles. So that's already a resistance there. And then it looks like it's respecting this resistance. It's hit here 5 times and dropped dramatically every single time. Every single time. So that there tells you that is it's a pattern. It's a pattern. You see it hit here, then it drops. It's there, then it drops. It goes up again, dropped there. Oops. Yeah, dropped here, dropped there, dropped there, right? And when it drops, that first time when it hit it, it dropped within the same candle, and then the next candle was down here. So it's like 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes it was still down there. And then it started going back up again. Then it hit again, and then it dropped dramatically within the same candle. And then the next candle was 5, 10, 15. So then it hit up again, and then it dropped dramatically. And then again, it's working its way up 5, 10, 15. So 15 minutes will be good, because the way that you look that you might see it is 5 minutes would be good, because it seems like every time it hits it within a very short amount of time, it drops back down. But what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't drop back down in a short amount of time? This time, you want to account for that, and the way that you account for that is by extending the time. But you don't want to extend it too much, because you don't want it to go back up. So you want to give enough time for it to be as low as you think it could possibly that you think it could be, based off of what's happened in the past. So yeah, for sure you could guess right, and you could do a 5-minute trade and guess right. Okay, so this thing's dropping through again. I'm sorry, I was just saying. Yeah, yeah. So you could guess right, but and win in a shorter amount of period of time. But it doesn't matter if you win in a short amount of period of time or longer. 5 minutes to 15 minutes does not matter when it comes to when you win. You're just 5 minutes. You just have money 5 minutes or 10 minutes earlier than if you did a 15-minute one. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're trying to be as safe as possible when it comes to placing trades over time. And all right, let's GBP USD. Let's see what's going on there. Because we have 2 trades in GBP USD, and right now they're losing. There's close to a minute left on them. All right, so this was the hour time frame, hour line, and it's playing with this line. It's not respecting it like I assumed it would. I mean, now it is, but it wasn't. Um, so maybe it just took a little time. Maybe it took a little time to respect it. Because it did respect it all these other times. I mean, this. Did we have a 20-minute time frame on this one? Yeah, these were 20-minute time frames. And thank goodness it was because, well, I mean, 15-minute time frame would have won for us as well. It was up above after 15 minutes. Okay, well, it looks like we probably will win this one. We have 7 seconds left on one, 6 seconds left on 13 seconds on the other. So yeah, this one's looking good for us. And this is a good opportunity to put in another one as well, a primary. I can put in a primary because I still think it's going to respect this. I mean, it went down through it, but then it came right back up. So if we can hit it, we can get it to hit that. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at the peak here, like the peak here, I mean, it's a little bit lower, but it's just a little bit lower. I think it'll go back up, and it might already started going back up. All right, so far today's been decent. It's been good. Yeah, it looks like it might start to go back up. I'm hoping that I get it to drop a little bit. If it could drop back to that support, I would go ahead and place it because I do think that was a pretty big drop, but it wasn't good enough for me to want to put in the trade there. Again, let's look at that line. You know, it's been pretty much honoring. That's that lowest point. Here, it didn't necessarily honor it, which means that it might not honor it again if it drops. But if we can get it a little bit below that line, I would feel safe to go ahead and put in a 20-minute one. You know. All right. Well, let's see what else is going on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could put it a secondary on this one. That it will go back up. Will it go back up? No, I really don't trust what it's doing right now. You know, I mean, I would need it to be down here around this candle for me to want to go back up, go back up with it. But again, if we can get it up here, you know, I think that's a safe time to go down with it. Because, you know, I mean, it hasn't been respecting these two lines right there. It went all the way up there. So, yeah. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Okay. Okay. What did we say with this one? Yeah. It doesn't really look like it hasn't been going too much under that before hopping back out. And these are both, yeah, okay, and it's dropping down. But would it continue to drop down? That's the question. It hasn't. And this is a pretty decent push. But I wouldn't do a primary on this. I would do a secondary, and I would do it for 15 minutes. But going up, yeah, I'll do 15 minutes. Give me a good push down. Okay, I'm gonna do it right there. And the reason I did it there is because the last one was here, and it's not too much further off from that before it jumps back up. Usually, it looks like that's what happens. So I think that's a good position to be put in for a long term. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do any more on this one because, again, you're trading up on a downtrend. Like on what the lines say is a downtrend. You're trading up on it. So because of that, that's not. I mean, you don't want to do a primary on something like that. You want to save your primaries on going the same direction as the actual trend. You can do a small one on if you think it's going to be a consolidation. If you're at a consolidation point, that's pretty much what I think. What I'm thinking here. This is a consolidation point. It's going to go back up. So we'll see how it plays out. Okay, so what happened here? So it broke through an hour support, and now it's down here. I like this one to do a primary because it looks like it always does go back up from this point. If I can get it back in the red, okay, we'll go ahead and do it. Again, you're looking at the support. The support it's been honoring that support this whole time, and it broke out. Yes, it did break out. And it got as low as here, but then start going back up again, and then it dropped again. Now, my hope is my thoughts is going to go back up, and you're playing. You're again like. This trend is more of a slight uptrend, but more of a floor, like more of a even trend. Okay, it did break through, and then it's going back up. Breakthrough, my thoughts is going to go back up. It's going to break, it's going to go back up through that support again. And it might do the same thing, might come drop back down, but that's why I didn't do a 20-minute. I did more of a 15-minute here because you notice it broke through here, and when it started going back up, it went up for 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes before it dropped back down. So that's my thoughts on it. I think the same thing's going to happen. But it's the reason I'm doing a primary is because it has to do with this line. This line is a strong magnetic. You could consider it a magnetic, like a magnet, a magnet pretty much for the price. So we'll see what happens. So far so good. This is our primary trade, and did the trade just close for us? I don't know if a trade just closed for us or not. I'm not sure. No, that one closed us 8 minutes ago. So that one didn't. All right. Well, we got 2 more trades that we can put in at smaller amounts. So let's see what else is going on. Okay. was hitting that resistance a bunch of times, and then it busted through the resistance. And yeah, and I think on this one we were saying, I mean, if we could get it to go back down in the support realm, it could be a good trade. It's right now on that resistance line, like it doesn't know what it wants to do. If it wants to go up or down, you know. Which is, it's fighting. There's some fighting going on pretty much. It did bust through, and then it gave us 3 red candles in a row. Then it hopped up again, gave us a red candle going back down. Then it was a very indecisive candle. Then it was a red candle going back down, and now it's like going back up again. But overall, I think it does. I mean, I think pressure is going to make it want to go down. I don't think it wants to go back up there. Even though all the pressure, is saying it. Like if it does go back up there, I would take it down. Like I would trade it down. I would wait. I wouldn't do it now though. I would wait to see, what happens. If it goes down, then my prediction is right that it wants to go down. But pardon me on that one. But yeah, I would rather wait on it and get a much better price point up here somewhere, and put it a good trade for it to go back down. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. Okay, so this one here, this is a secondary one. How many minutes we have left on this one? 7 minutes, 53 seconds, okay. Yeah, okay. What else is going on? GBP USD, okay. Well, this one's looking good in our favor. It's going back up. And it's back up to where the last previous points were, right? Here and here, At that point, it started going back down, So, and if you look at the 5 minute chart, or the 5 minute lines, it's always giving you a lower high. It was there, then there, like it's a lower high each time. So it's safe to say. I mean, it's not safe. I would trade on it though, that this is going to go back down from here, and you'll be a shorter trade. You would do like a 5 minute candle on it, or a 10 minute candle on it, because we're saying that it's going to drop from this point. It's going to drop back down. So let's just see what happens. I'm gonna do 10 minutes on it. Not yet. Okay, it's already started to drop. See. Yeah, we might have missed the opportunity. But just so you can see what I was saying, like it hit here, and it hit here before it started going back down. So it already hit again up there, and you see it's starting to go back down. And looking at this trend, starting from here, it has been gradually going down. It might, we might be able to get a better price point if it can cross where our price point right here. If we can cross that, we might be able to get it like down here, before it bounces back up again. And if that's the case, then I think that would be a good one. So we have a primary one already on here, but the price point wasn't as good as I would have liked on it. But it was decent. I'm not gonna say it was a bad price point. I mean, compared to the hour time frame, we got a really good price but it wasn't as good as I wanted, you know. So let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. And matter of fact, if it does hit back up here, looking at it, I think a 5 minute trade would be good. A 5 minute trade would hit us, would do us okay, versus a 10 minute trade. You know, I mean, 10 minute trade, it would be safer. It would be safer. Yeah, I'll probably do a 10 minute. 10 minute. Keep it as a 10 minute trade if it does sit back up there. But it doesn't look like it's right now. And so we have pretty good action on all these markets. It looks like all of them are pretty much, or all four that we have highlighted. We're not going to go down there right now. Let's see what these trades are. The percentages of them. 89.91. Good. Okay. Yeah. We have 5 minutes left on this one. How many minutes we have on the other one? 3 minutes on the other one. Euro CAD. So let's look at Euro CAD. Okay. Yeah. This was playing out just like we had thought when it comes to what was going to happen. The low point, it seems like it was like down here, which down there, so the low point, we got it a little bit above the low point, but I think it was still a good trade. I mean, we did it we did I think this was a 15-minute trade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 15 minutes. And it's honoring what it was doing before. Now, if you look at here, the top, there was a high here, then a lower high here. This one was a lower high here. So if we can get it to go up to the top of that candle, I could do a secondary trade for like 5 minutes, because I don't think it's going to go any higher than that. It looks like it's slowly coming down. If you look at, if you could draw a line from here to here, it's hard for you to see. I mean, it's hard for me to tell you. Let me see if I can draw a line, show you. So from here and here, it looks like it's kind of following that progression going down, right? Looks like, before it started going down again. So pretty much my guess is that it's going to do the same thing. I mean, again, these are smaller. They're not as accurate. These lines are 5-minute lines because they're made from 5-minute candles, so they're not as accurate as the hour or 30-minute lines. But it's still good. It's for a secondary trade. It's definitely good. Okay, good line. All right, I'll go ahead and put it in right there. I'm gonna get this out of the picture because I just wanted to kind of show you what I was seeing. So we'll see what happens. It was a 10-minute, which is good. And my thought on it, that pretty much it's gonna drop in the next 10 minutes. It's not gonna stay up there. But we'll see what happens. 55 seconds left on the other secondary trade, which is good. That one's definitely in profit. We don't have to really watch that one anymore because that one's not going anywhere. Let's go to what we had going on with the GBP USD. Right now, the GBP USD is looking like it's 82 points with 8 minutes left. No, I'm sorry. 2 minutes left to play in it. That's pretty safe, relatively safe. I think we're good on that one as well. So let's go ahead and just go back there, GBP USD. So yeah, You see how it's like that line is acting like a magnet right now. You know, price just wants to stay wants to stay right on that line. It doesn't know what it wants to do. You know. All right, so one came in for us. I didn't realize one. Which one was that? The Euro CAD. All right, so that one came in for us. Where's Euro CAD at? I just want to see which one that was. Oh, that was the one that was down here. Okay. All right. So we might have action here if it can touch this resistance line up here. We could put in another trade. That it would be a primary. Sorry, it would be a secondary trade. It wouldn't be a primary trade. And it would be for this amount. All right, I guess we'll just look at this. In 34 seconds left, we are at 68%, 75, so we're awesome there. We're not losing that one. 83 points. We're good on that one. All right, yeah, all right. Come on, give us some good one. Give us the pump. Give us a pump. Now, whenever the next one comes in, this we'll be on our last primary. I wouldn't put a primary in on this trade though, because again, the lines are 5-minute lines, and they're not as they're not as predictable as the 30-minute or hour lines. So, you know, when it comes to reversals, you really only want to do your primary trades on the longer time frame lines. Okay, keep going now. You know you want to touch it. Let me put a 15-minute trade on this one. Oh, it did touch it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it in now, because I might not touch it again. All right. So we got that one in. That one was a secondary one. And we have this secondary in right here, which was, you know, my thought process was that, you know, it looked like it was downtrending, right? So we're trying to catch the next downtrend. And, you know, who knows? You never know. We might still win it. It's 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. So, and if, sure enough, you know, this price is starting to bump back down. A lot of volume on this one. All right, so we are now on our final trade of the day. It's our last trade. We closed at $163.28. Now we do double that. So, again, we are only playing with a profit. We're only playing with a profit. Like throughout this whole time, we've only been playing with a profit. So we just want to get a safe one, safe trade. This is not safe enough for me, even though it has hit there. But you never know, you know. I don't want to risk it. Not on that one. Let's see what else we have. We have a CHF JPY in play. It was honoring the resistance for a while, then it jumped up out of it, and now it's at this highest peak. It hit the highest peak right there, and now it looks like it's on its way back down. Don't like it for my last primary though. I think we've seen this one already. What else do we have going on? All right, well, yeah, I mean, it's been honoring this line, been honoring it. And as you see, it broke through here, came back up. Broke through here, came back up. So I wouldn't want to put one in unless it goes back down, breaks through, and gives me around the same price point as these two before it goes back up. If you look at there's a trend, a 5-minute trend also from here, like there's a downtrend. You can see a downtrend there. But this was a support line, which means price is, well, no, I'm sorry, this was not a support line. This was like an even line. But for the last like maybe a couple hours, price has been going down, slowly but surely going down. Hence the reason why it's broken through a couple times here. So, yeah. So yeah. I mean, again, this is a 5-minute line, which is not as accurate as the 30-minute line. Which means I could do I mean, if it hits there, I could do a secondary trade on it, because I do have 2 secondary trades in right now. And I would just be playing it based off of it. Pretty much in 15 minutes is the price is going to be back down here, is what I'm saying. So I'll go ahead and do that if I get it to get close to that line. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, so pretty much that's what I'm banking on. In 15 minutes, it's going to be back under and going back down. So I can't do any more secondary trades. I can only do primary trade. Well, my one primary trade now. Just have to find a good one. All right, so real quick, let's go to 0 CAD and see, because we have a minute left on that one, and we're not winning that one right now. So let's see why. All right. So it broke past that resistance. Again, that was a 5-minute resistant line. It went the highest it's ever gone on that one. Looks like it's consolidating now, though. All right, and but that's a longer time frame one. The one that we're going to lose is this one here. This is $20 one. Yeah, it didn't respect that downtrend that I was telling you about, that I saw, which is fine. I mean, again, it's one of those ones that it could happen, it couldn't happen. It can, that's why you have secondary trades for things like that. All right, so yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna start going back down. So I think we're fine there. CHF JPY, okay. Yeah, I mean, this is an hour time frame, and you see, it did hit up there, and then start going back down. It looks like it's on its way back down. And more than likely, once it gets down to about here, it's probably going to jump back up, because it really hasn't been. I mean, if you look at the trend, that one's there, and then the next one is higher, and then this one's higher. So, so I mean that's a trend. That a line could be drawn there as well. Um, so this line here, it doesn't look like, I don't know if it's going to respect it anymore, but it's still going to be drawn. It's still going to be a magnet. Price is going to want to come back to there. It's just when will it come back to there? Is the question. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this one here, it's past that small resistance line right there. And in this case, price is going down, right? This resistance line is going down as well. So those are two indicators that price should be going back down. Price has been going up and down in a zigzag formation throughout this whole time up until this point. And it's broken through here. So this would be a good time to put in my final trade. This would be a good time to put in my final trade. I'm gonna wait for the next candle. I'm gonna see what this candle gives me. So it looks like price is still going up and down. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this candle to go back up a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it in right there. Because I don't think I don't think it's gonna break out this much, unless it was like some type of huge news event or something like that. I don't think it's gonna break out so much. If you do look, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles in a row have been going up. So that's a lot of pressure of something going on. But it just broke out of this resistance, which was a 5-minute resistance, and this resistance, which was the hour resistance. And as I say, when it comes to the lines, they are magnetic. They're magnetic. The price usually wants to go back there. At least test it a little bit. So that's my reasoning on go ahead and putting that trade in, because it's a great price point compared to the lines before it. And price has been going up though, and it's been going up dramatically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long bars, 5 big bars. These are not small bars, these are big bars. But the bars, and they are important. The bars are important, but you want to look at the overall picture of what's been happening. And what's been happening is that it has been this trend for hours has been a downtrend, right? It's been a downtrend for hours, and then there are even downtrends in the downtrend. If that makes sense. Like this, from this candle to this candle. It hasn't really been that's not necessarily a downtrend. It's like straight across, but it's a roof. You can see the roof, right? So, so my thoughts is that it's going to start going back down again. Now, I hate to say that it is a risky trade though, because I did have 5. There were a bunch of candles in a row going up, right? So who's to say that trend doesn't continue? You might have this candle that turns red, but then the trend continues going up. But but that's looking at the short-term view. It's not really looking at the long-term view. The long-term view is that there has been a downtrend. This candle tells you that this line here tells you that it's been a downtrend for hours. you know, and that hasn't really changed. And I mean, if it changes, it will be up to this is when it will change with this breakout here. You know, now it's going to go from a downtrend to an uptrend, but you know, I don't think so. And if it does, I don't think it's going to happen so dramatically where I'm not going to cover my price point. You know, my price point is at a, you know, I did 15 minute price point. Let's see how the other ones are doing real quick. Okay, so this was 2 minutes left, and we're losing that one. This one is 6 minutes left. We're losing that one so far. Let's look at Euro CAD. Oh, we are in the Euro CAD. Okay, so all right. So it looks like it might cover. It might. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of. And which was that the line that I was telling you about? Yeah, that was the line I was telling you about. The resistance, right? The resistance line. We had put it there, and I think what did we put it for? How many minutes did we put it for? 15 minutes. Yeah, we put it for 15 minutes. Okay. It's gonna be close. I think we're gonna cover though, because you know it's pushing. Huh? Oh, okay. Uh, I must. Oh, okay. What was I looking at then? We still have 54 seconds left on this one. Okay. So far it's covering. Let's see what happens. And this is good, you know. Hopefully, it just keeps on pushing down past that, keeps on going down, because the next place that it will go is that support line. It's a new support line. It was the resistance, but now it's acting as support. You know, if I can get closer there, I think I'm pretty safe. You know, 24 seconds left, and 20 seconds left. 17 seconds left. It is pushing down still. So it's good for us, you know. Again, this was one of those luck trades. You know, I'm not saying luck, but it wasn't as safe of a trade because you're playing with this line, which is not a 30-minute line. It's a 5-minute line. But we did cover on it, so it's good. So hopefully, you know, and it's gone through that line. It's gone through that line. So I'm hoping that it continues to go through. That this is not the new resistance, you know, because again, this line is such a short line as far as like in time frame that it's not strong. It's not strong for price to bounce off of it, you know. So yeah, and if I was thinking, I would have gone ahead and put a secondary trade in when it hit that line again, because, or when it was crossing the line, I would have put a secondary trade in, because I think price is going to continue to just go down right now, because you know, again, you know, I mean, based off of what's happened in the past, it should just continuously go down. You know, it should be trying to get drawn back to this line. You know, I mean, just look at it, right? Like, price has always gone back down there. It's always, I mean, it has as far as since here, you know, it's gone down. It's gone down there. So, you know, I think we did have a very good price point up here at the top, but you know, I mean, it was a good price point. Okay, let me see. I don't want to miss it. Okay, it did hit that again. Okay, if we'll touch there, because as you see, there's really no no reason for it to continue going up from here. As far as like on a new trend. All right, so I want to put another one there because I do think it's going to keep on going down. It's just pumping up right now temporarily. Again, looking at that 5 minute roof, I think it's going to honor that roof. Um, yeah. So we'll see what happens. We are at GBP USD, Euro CAD. Okay, so let's go to GBP USD. We have a minute left on that one. GBP USD. And I put that one in without even looking. Okay, it was a 92. Thank goodness, man. I need to stop doing that. This is at 63% now. We put it in at 83%, so it was good news for us. So this trend here, okay. So if you look, we have an hour support line right here, and then we have a downtrend going on here, but it's a flimsy downtrend because of the the lines were drawn with 5 minute candles. So but I do think price will push back down based off of what it's looking right now. It's looking like price is going to want to be attracted to this line and this line. I mean, we only have 12 seconds left though, so it would have to push down a lot within that time. And I don't think so. Yeah, just off by a little bit on this one. Yeah, I do think it's going to push back through there, and because there's two lines here, right? There's this line and this line, so price is going to be really attracted to both of these lines. I think. I mean, that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I do want to put another one in for this one. We have two of these going on. Okay, yeah. So I do want to put another one in because I do think price is going to be attracted to that line. I don't see why price would continue to disrespect these lines. Yeah. So let's see if it's looking decent. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there because we're doing a 15-minute trade, and so the next three candles is what I'm banking on. I do think that it's going to kind of consolidate back down. I don't think it's going to go too much further up before it starts going back down. Who knows? But I don't think it will, based off of what's happened before with if you're looking at it. So yeah. Hopefully I'm done. I'll be done for the day after these ones come through for me. What are we winning this one by? 49.52 points. So that's good. 2 minutes left. Not bad at all. What about this one? 38 points. We're losing by 38 points. We still have a lot of time left on it though. And this one, dadgummit, 64. Really? When did it change? When did it change? Oh, I really hate that. Not like that at all. I'm gonna put another one here as well for 10 minutes. If it goes up there again, like up, if I can get a good price. Okay, it doesn't like I'm going to. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's move on. Because I still have, one more trade I could put in. Okay. What's happened here? Looks like it's consolidating back to that point, but it really hasn't been staying there. If you notice, once it hits that point, it goes through and stays down for a little bit. So it could be a good, like when it hits there, if it hits that line, more than likely it's not going to bounce back off of it because it hasn't within the last 20 minutes. It's kind of gone through it. So if it gets close to that line, you can kind of expect that it's going to continue to go and put in like a shorter trade, like a 10-minute trade or something like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit closer, then I'm gonna go ahead and put a 10-minute trade in. Again, these are secondary trades, so it's not as they're not as strong, but I like it. All right, so let's see how we're doing this one. We have 39 seconds left. This is our final trade, and we are way in the red. Also, well, way in the green on it, so it's great. Euro CAD looks like today's going to be a good day for us. Euro CAD. Yeah, we're winning that one, and then hopefully we'll win the other one as well. But that was the big one. That was the big primary. That big primary is going to put us in the profit by a lot today. And we've done well with the secondaries as well. We've done very good with the secondaries. So I'm very happy, very happy with the way the day turned out. And we started off with $950 around there, 910 around there, something like that. And we've ended the day already at $15.56. That's already a $600 day. I can't be mad at all about that. That combined with the $656 day that we had the other day, that puts us at double. Like we've already doubled our money. And it's only been like 3 days. Like it was Friday we played and got that pretty big, and then we played yesterday, ended up losing. We didn't lose a lot. We lost like $100 around there. And then today we played and we definitely did well. We did well. Did well as an understatement because all of our secondary ones, almost all of them, came through as well. We had a really good day. So pretty much, I mean, I can consider this a success so far. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna withdraw the profit made today, everything besides $1,000. Withdraw that, take it out. That way, I can just know that I haven't lost any money at all in this venture. And and that's just, it'll give me peace of mind that I didn't lose any money. Doing proper price action strategy. We ended up doing pretty good. I can't even see what's going on here as far as how much time we have left. 6 minutes left on this one. Any of them ending soon? No, none of them ending soon. But yeah, I mean, let's look at so far what we've done for the day. We started at 7:04 this morning, and we've been pretty consistent. We lost there. We lost there. We lost there. We had 3 losses so far. Out of a lot of trades, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Out of 18 trades so far that have closed, we've only had 3 losses. That's that's beyond good. That's not something that's going to happen every day. Of course, that's something that I mean, you obviously you want to strive for the best that you can strive for every day, and do it one trade at a time, and try to be smart while you're trading.
Have your primaries and secondaries and use them according to the strength
of the trend, um, and just be patient, and keep the 10-minute, 15-minute trades, like you don't, or 20-minute trades. You don't want to do those really short trades. I mean, the short trades are good sometimes when you're using, but you never want to use a secondary. You never want to use a primary on a short trade. You want to use a secondary, and preferably, you know, well, I mean, any secondary would be fine with it, really. But because again, the secondary ones, they don't count towards your your consecutive wins. Now, if you're losing your primaries, though, if you're losing your primaries, then and you got some secondaries in, then those secondaries will at that time be a primary. So um, it could you could end your day pretty quickly by um, by not doing well on your primaries. Um, but you just have to be patient, and yeah, they will come to you. Today was a good day. I liked the fact that I didn't make mistakes. I don't think I made any mistakes today. Yeah, I didn't make any mistakes today. So that's what I'm more proud of than anything. I use proper money management, and it's easy to use proper money management when you're not making mistakes with, um, you know, where you traded or how much you traded and all that, you know, or even the price. Like this one, so I did make a mistake here. The 64% right here, that's GPP USD. That I'm not supposed that's supposed to be 70%. So I did make a mistake there. But I didn't at that point. I didn't get emotional about it and decide that I want to, put another trade in, stuff like that. Put another trade in at the same amount so that I can cover. I'm not. Don't correct yourself. Pretty much is what I'm saying. If you don't try to correct yourself by breaking money management, you want to try to keep money management at all times. So I'm happy that I did today. So Euro CAD. Let's see what happened here. All right. So it's right there on the roof. It's kind of being attracted to the roof. I was thinking that it would continue going down, and I think it still will. I really do think it still will, because yeah, I mean both of these lines are they're like magnets, as I say. Right now, this 5 minute roof is more of a magnet than this 30 minute roof from what it looks like, but I don't see another trend. Um, I really don't see another trend in this one. Um, Price did do something out of the ordinary and jump all the way up here, but then it did consolidate back to this line, and now it's just like playing with this line. So um, there's a minute and 14 seconds left. Yeah, so my hope is it clears under the line. Obviously, that's my hope. Um, and it keeps on going down. I did 20 minute. What did I do on this one? It was a 20 minute, 15 minutes, 15-minute trade on this one. How much time we have left? Euro CAD, 39 seconds left. Let's see if we can go to this one. Before it ends. Euro CAD. No, we don't have it pulled up. I'm gonna remember to put that back up here though. Let's see what happens. It's under. Let's look at it this way. 10 seconds left. looks like we're gonna win it. We won it. CHFJPY. That was a little bit luck though. I think. It was anyway. I mean, just keep going. I liked the trade, but I don't like that we won by such a low margin. All right, so this one looks like this one is the same type of situation. It's playing, but it's on that line, right? And that's where it's attracted to. So it shouldn't bounce off that line anytime soon. Man, let's see. Is this? Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I mean, I thought that it was gonna definitely be way under that line, but it looks like it came through for us, barely though. It should still keep on going down under though. I mean, we're still. Since all our primary trades are in, we can't really. I mean, I could put another secondary trade in, but there's no. It's like it's one of those things where all your primaries are in are already, so you don't really want to put a secondary trade in after all your primary trades are in, because you're pretty much done. After your primary trades are in, you're done for the day. I would have put. I mean, I liked it because I think it was going to keep on going down, and it's going to hit down here. I think it's going to hit down here before it starts going back up again. As far as overall. But I'm not, but I can't put it in because I've already hit my primaries. I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, GPB USD. Last one. It's the last trade. Yeah, this one's looking good for us. Remember I was saying that bear with me, let me get my charger on this thing. So how I was saying that that those lines are magnets, it wants to stay close by those lines. So I think this is very safe trade. And I'm happy about this one as well. So yeah, we're going to end the day very, very, very good. Like literally 3 losses out of like 21 trades, something like that. That's excellent. Excellent day. We started the day at $90, or I'm sorry, 900 and something, $910, something like that. $920. Finished the day over $1,700. So, I mean, you cannot ask for a better day. This day was better than the other day, that $656 day that I had the first time. So I mean, you can see how the secondary trades, those little trades, they don't really count against you too much. If you're winning your primaries, then it's just extra money. And obviously, the primaries are the main source of the funds, obviously. And doing it this way, this type of money management, you're never. I mean, if you start winning, if the first one is a win, then as soon as I'm at 1%, for Pete's sakes, why is it going down? Hey, I'm gonna have to let you go. I apologize. Yeah, I don't want this thing to cut off on me. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, just real quick, I want to let you know that just to show you real quick, I was going to trade or to transfer these funds to how to do it, so that you can kind of see how it works, So you just tap up here, and then you tap this money right here, this transfer button. All right, and then from here, you are transferring from your quick trading account, your real quick trading, to your Forex real account. you know. And I don't use this forex real. I don't think I'm ever going to, but I'm gonna use it definitely to keep the money for the time being. So I'm gonna put $707.72 here, and it's more for like just a savings account kind of, right? You're gonna keep it there, and you know, and you can always top back up your quick trading account. So that's done. All right, so as simple as that. So now you have $1,000 in your quick trading, which is what I'll be trading with tomorrow, and then your other one, which, let's see, I'm trying to remember how you get to the other one. Forex. You tap Forex here, and you see right there the real account is $707.32 in. So yeah, it's just a way to keep your money in, in a separate account for safety. And that way you'll never lose it. And you can also top up this $1,000 trading with that $707. If you ever have a losing day, you can just get back to 1,000. So you're never under 1,000. Like today, we started at 900 because I didn't have any additional money in that Forex safety account. So yeah, and also what I do on Fridays is whatever money's in that Forex safety, go ahead and just take that money out, withdraw it. That way, you'll always. That way, you're paying yourself pretty much. You're paying yourself. I did say that I want to at least recoup my money. I've so far recouped about $650 from the $1,000 initially that I put in here. So to finish that recouping would be $350. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out $350 from my Forex account. I might as well do that. That way I can say that I haven't lost any money in this venture. All right, so this is my Forex account. Withdraw. I'm gonna withdraw $350. I'm gonna withdraw $360 just for the fees, because Cash App takes fees out when you because you have to sell. I'm gonna be withdrawing in Bitcoin, and then you have to sell that Bitcoin. So Cash App does take some fees. So since I want to have my $350 back, you need to withdraw a little bit more than $350 for the fees, for Cash App's fees. So $350, I'm gonna do $370, just $20. So $20 can go to the Bitcoin or Cash App fees. $370, excuse me. Kind of catching a cold, if you guys haven't noticed. All right, so now I need the address, right? So then I need to go to Cash App. Okay, so that was the initial withdrawal at $3,647. So, I had sold $647. I had deposited $658, which was $11 more, right there, right? So I had deposited that. So that's what I had withdrew from. No, I think it was $656 that I withdrew, but because of the Bitcoin transfer rate at the time, it gave me a little bit more money when I had brought it over to Cash App through Bitcoin. So that's why I ended up with, and then I sold it, and then Bitcoin or Cash App charged me about $11, around there, roughly $11 to sell it. So, and that's why I ended up with $647. So $20 should take care of it. $20 should take care of that fee. So that's why I'm doing $20 this time. $370 to get $350 back, even though it's going to be more than $350, which is fine. As long as I get my money back, I'm fine. So pretty much from here, I'm in Bitcoin. You would need to hit this little thing up down. I mean, this if you use Cash App, you know, you hit the bottom left hand corner there, then it shows you Bitcoin, save and invest right here, Bitcoin. You tap there. Now from here you hit the arrows for withdrawal. Pardon me on this one. You hit the arrows for transfer, send or receive. You're going to be receiving here, so you hit receive. It's going to pull up a QR code. You hit the copy at the top right corner, and then that's going to tell you the address. You always use the Bitcoin address, not the Lightning invoice, the Bitcoin address. You copy that. Now that's copied to your clipboard. So now you have the address that you're going to send the money to. So now all you have to do at that point is come back here, put that in, paste it, and that's it. And you're done. Continue. And you just hit continue, and with this, it doesn't give you a confirmation. It just tells you that your withdrawal request has been sent, and you'll receive the funds within a few business days. So it's that simple, and it's very fast. Like within, as far as if you live in the U.S., within a couple of days, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day, or maybe tomorrow. You know, like I transferred it out on Friday, and I got it on Sunday. You know, the last time. So it doesn't matter what business days or anything like that either. You know. And one thing I did want to say is to make sure that if you do deposit funds in this account or in this on this platform, be sure to stay away from the word bonus. If you ever see the word bonus, deposit bonus, stay away from it. Do not do a deposit bonus. You will never get your money if you do a deposit bonus. It's not a scam. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say it's not a scam. There's a way that you can get it, but it makes it very hard. Like anybody that reads the fine print would not would not try to do a deposit, because you have to make like 15 times something like that, something crazy, back 15 times of the amount of money that you actually deposited in. So the deposit bonus, the way it works is you put in $50, let's say, and then they say, okay, you could if you could do a deposit bonus, we'll do a deposit bonus for you for 100% of your funds. So so that means if you put $50 in, we're going to put $50 in for you as well. So now you have $100 in there, right? Okay. But whenever you actually play, let's say you win and you triple that money. So you turn $100 into $300, right? Okay. Pocket option will not let you take out at least I'm not gonna say for sure because I've never used this one, but from what I hear, and I haven't read all the fine print yet on it, but the platform will not allow you to take out your funds until you meet the 15 times or whatever it is, 10 times requirement. So you have to flip it that many times before the trading process, before the platform will allow you to take the funds out. So it's not worth it. You know, the best thing to do is just, don't take that. Sorry, you reached the limit of pending withdrawals. I don't even wait the process. Yeah, okay, well, that's a glitch. Anyway, so just wanted to give you that, to just let you know, don't do that. You know, no, don't do that. Do not play with their money, because they have standards and guidelines, and they end up making it to where, you know, I mean, it's if you're a professional, it might you might end up 15 times your money in some years, maybe, or maybe yeah, in some years you'll be able to flip it. But you know, if you're practicing proper money management, you're not going to be able to flip it within 3 or 4 months. 15 times is a lot from whatever you started. So yeah, just wanted to let you know about that, to be safe when it comes to that. Well, I guess that's it for now. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging with me. I know this video is kind of long. I'll see you guys on the next one, though.